Hey guys, my name is Rudy and welcome to my channel on Doing Stuff and Things. With my YouTube channel, there is really no way to know what you guys are into, what you guys find interesting, what you guys don't care about. So, based on y'all's responses, and I do appreciate all the feedbacks, I want to talk about the Superfit Treadmill. I want to talk about some deep level maintenance here for you guys. Take a look inside, see how everything works, and kind of go from there. So, here we go. So, welcome to my bedroom. Sorry for the mess. This is my red Superfit treadmill. Now, you guys asked me some questions, so based on those questions, I'm going to talk about what we got to say here. So, first thing is, as always, safety first. Always unplug it before you mess with it. Also, if you don't feel comfortable doing any of this, you should leave that to your professional. Second, I placed a towel here by my bed where I'm going to lean this thing up against. I did some work ahead of me since I'm a one-person cameraman. And here we go. Just put some squeaking here. Okay, so a couple of things. As far as maintenance, you know that belt is kind of tight. If you got it down here, I just did a lubrication thing on my channel here earlier. So we're going to talk about some of the other things you can do more and not less often as much. So this is optional maintenance. I live in Miami, so there's a lot of beach here. I'm going to see if this thing actually comes off. So back here, we're looking at the back end of this thing. I got my handle here folded. And another spot that dirt balls or dust bunnies get into is back here. The rest of this I got prepped, so this will go a lot faster. I just thought about this kind of on the fly. So I believe this is a piece that you guys actually had to put on when you first bought this, unless you bought this unassembled like I did. So the two screws, this pops out. All you got to do is move this thing up. This thing will come right out. And if you do it the way I did, you'll dump everything onto the floor. But back here, this can get actually pretty filthy here. So you can wipe this down with a clean rag. If you're going to use any kind of liquid on there, I would use warm soap and water and let it completely dry before you put this thing back on. This is the back end of the treadmill. You can see my stuff is actually pretty good. I've had this thing for almost a year now. I think this is lubrication job number 3. And what I also want to talk about today is some of you guys are also talking about the front end of the motor and different things. So one of the questions was, what happens if the thing won't go past 3.0? So this right here is a safety lock, and the safety lock has a switch somewhere inside this handle. This switch can't be replaceable. I'm not going to do this because I don't need to replace this, but it's pretty much over here. So what it's doing is, while this thing's in the down position, down and locked, it keeps this thing, limits this thing at 3.0. That's how this thing works. Now, for the fun part that I just got done doing, like I said, I'm not going to bore you with the whole procedure. But what I did is I removed all these screws. So right here, right there, one down here. I think there's 2 up here. So we're down here. And I actually found this a little bit unnecessary, but like I said, you guys are asking how things work. My channel is all about stuff and things. So that's what we're going to do here. So again, place the towel so I don't scratch this up. And I'm going to cover this. And we're going to talk about the bottom. So after you move all the screws on the bottom, this is pretty heavy. If you got a friend, you definitely want to use them. Okay. If all the screws are out, you should be able to lift this up. Gently wiggle it out of these little spots right there. There's one on here, and there's one on the other side that let loose. Very, very carefully. There's a lot of wiring here. You just want to prop it up loose, and then you should be able to lift it up and move it to the back. So let's look at what we got here. This right here is your speaker here. That's the speaker wires. And I believe I'm going to guess that this is here is the display unit. This thing should ever blow out, you can try to find stuff like this as replacement parts. I am not sure if that's going to happen. Most of your motor control stuff is right down here. And you can see I really didn't do a lot of cleaning on this. I did wipe down the motor. This area here really doesn't really need to be touched. Only thing I would do if you decide to take this apart, which I don't really see any reason to. I also want to show you the motor as well. I just didn't think it really needed it. I just kind of wiped this down. I'm going to get a little rag and wipe this down in here. Here's the motor for some of you guys that were asking about what its capability is. Not sure if it's interchangeable, but it looks like it's pretty easily swappable if it needs to be changed. Minus the... Yeah, there's got to be some kind of a driver that talks about the speed and some of the safety ones. If I was going to replace this, I would definitely pull this out and look at what, make sure I get the same part number as always. I'm seeing a fuse over here. Some of you guys are talking about, at least this looks like a fuse right down here. You guys are saying about your stuff not turning on. I would definitely take a look at that. Actually, here we go. So if your stuff doesn't start, you might want to check this tiny little fuse up here. I'm going to put this cover back on. There isn't a lot of stuff you can do in here unless you're pretty well versed in your items. Anyway, guys, like I said, my channel is all about stuff and things. If you guys have any questions, and I also like to carry a nice discussion on all different things that we do. And thanks for watching. Till next time. Take care. Oh, most important, reassembly. Very easy. Put this thing back in. Watch the stop gray wire up here. Actually put that in. And tuck in the speaker wire. Tuck in the sides. Tuck in the other sides. And slide in. Like I said, I'm a one-person operation. I don't want to give you guys a headache. Put all the screws back. And get back to working out. Until next time, take care.